what a happy Maple. Yeah. There she is. There's that little Maple. Oh, and Cedar and Freddie are here too. Everybody's here. It's just a cat party. Doing okay, Freddie? Doing okay, Freddie? Oh yeah, I know. Cedar, did you need snuggles too? We'll get all of the cat greetings out of the way here at the beginning. Say hi, Cedar. Say hi. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Cedar? Anything else? No? No? Okay, you go find something to do. Don't bug me. Hey friends, welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday on the porch with all of the cats. I come out onto the porch and I just become a cat lady, I guess. All of our cats are outdoor cats because my husband is allergic, so they just cannot be indoors, and they're farm cats. They're doing their job of taking care of the mice, but they are all very sociable. And so whenever we come outside, they're always like right there to be with you and snuggle with you and play with you. It's a lot of fun. So in this Wellness Wednesday, I wanted to talk about Thanksgiving, of course. The last Wellness Wednesday was the day before Thanksgiving, so I laid out my whole plan to you guys of what I was planning on doing, how I was handling the holidays, how I'm not one of those who thinks you have to be super strict on the holidays, and if you have a taste of something that's not supremely healthy for your body, that you're a failure. And so really I did everything that I told you. I had some dairy on Thanksgiving. I didn't end up getting a low carb cheesecake made for dessert like I had really wanted to. I just had so many things that was one thing that I just didn't get to. So I did have a dessert. There wasn't any low carb options in the spread. There was all kinds of other options. So what I did was I had a small scoop of ice cream, and I stopped at a small scoop. I also had some whipped cream on top, and it was delicious. Like I told you guys last week, I feel like I'm at the place where I can have some off keto things, but I can only do it like once, like one meal. And if I do it more than one meal, it just messes up my hormones and I start, fixating on food and not feeling satisfied. My schmeck goes out of check and it's just not worth it at that point. But I'm at the point of healing, I think, where I don't get triggered drastically by having a little bit of off keto things, as long as I keep it in that really short time frame. So I told you guys I was gonna have 2 bacon wrap dates. That's our family tradition. Bacon wrap dates is like everyone's favorite that I make every year. I also make it at Christmas because just once a year is not enough. Freddie, my goodness. Anyways, so I had 2. It actually really did help that I said it out loud on camera last week that I was only gonna have 2. And I'll tell you, after I had those 2, I could have eaten a lot more. It would have been very easy to, just start doing one after the other, but I refrained, and I think saying it to you guys helped. Also, my brother, who watches my videos, said in solidarity that he would also only eat 2, and so that was cool. We stuck to our 2, and my husband made up for the few that we ate by eating 50 of them. He maintains about an 8% body fat all the time. Ever since I met him, he never gains weight. He's just one of those kind of people, that we all love to hate. So I got to watch him enjoy the bacon wrap dates, and I enjoyed my 2, and it worked out just fine. I also had butter in some of the rolls that I made, so that was some dairy that I had. A couple weeks ago, I added ghee back in because I had been off of dairy for, 8 weeks at that point. And so I added in ghee, and that was no problem. And so I had butter on Thanksgiving, and I decided that I'm going to try adding butter back in regularly. And I'm still trying to decide if it's good or not. I don't have digestive issues that come from eating dairy usually. Usually it's more cognitive, like brain fog, especially if I eat cheese. And then also I think it does stimulate my appetite and my cravings. So that's something that's been super low when I've been off dairy. My cravings and hunger are just totally minimal, which is an amazing feeling. And so I'm still trying to decide if having a little bit of butter in my diet is contributing at all to any kind of increased appetite or cravings or anything like that. Since I have been adjusting again after having some off-plan things on Thanksgiving. I kind of just need to wait and kind of see after I even out from that, how I feel with the butter in my diet and decide if it's good or not. And if I stop losing weight or something, I would cut it out and see if that was the culprit. But I kind of expect that butter will be fine. I've never noticed an issue with butter before, so we'll just have to wait and see. So I had some sugar from the bacon wrap dates. I had a small bowl of ice cream. I had like 2 spoonfuls of mashed potatoes. I had some gravy that was gluten-free. It was thickened with like potato starch. And the other carb that I had was the Brussels sprouts and butternut squash, homegrown butternut squash that we grew this summer. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I made them in my Omni Pro air fryer oven. And that was like the biggest treat for me on Thanksgiving. It was so good. And my kids are not huge fans of Brussels sprouts, and some of them like butternut squash, but they're not huge fans of it. So the next day I was like, there was a bunch left and I was like, I'm not going to let this go to waste. This is too delicious. So I ate more the second day after Thanksgiving. And so definitely my carbs were higher. Especially on Thanksgiving, but also the day after they were higher. And then on Saturday, 2 days after Thanksgiving, I was like, I'm back on track. Everything's good. And I was out with my husband and a couple of the kids, and we were running some errands, and we stopped and got dinner at Killer Burger, which is really good if you have those in your area. And I ordered a burger, like a double patty burger with, it had some green chilies and bacon and some other sauce, and it looked super good. And I asked for it with no bun and no cheese, and it came with no bun but with cheese. So it had 2 giant slices of like provolone cheese or something like that melted on the burgers. It looked really good. And I wasn't super motivated to send it back and have them make it again. I didn't want to make a fuss. I hate doing that. And since I had had dairy like 2 days before, I was like, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna eat it, and that'll be the last dairy for a while. So I had about 3 days of eating off of my normal diet. And as far as symptoms that I got in response to that, I definitely got increased hunger. I don't know about increased cravings. I didn't really, maybe a little bit, but it was more that I really noticed I was a lot more hungry. And I don't know if I should attribute that to just increased carbs or the dairy or both. It's probably a combination of both. But that was one thing that I definitely noticed, just a lot more hungry. And like when I was hungry, I was like, I have to eat right now or I'm gonna kill somebody. That kind of hunger, which I don't typically have when I'm eating my high protein ketovore diet, especially when I'm eating it no dairy. I also had some digestive issues, which I fully expected, mostly from the Brussels sprouts and like the vegetables. Like I said, I don't really get digestive issues from dairy, but I would say that the digestive stuff that I dealt with, it wasn't bad. And it was actually better than I expected, and still in the realm of totally worth it. Like, I don't regret the decisions that I made because of that. It was fairly minimal. Other things I noticed, and this is where it's so important to get your body to like a super clean, level place where you can really listen to what your body is saying to you. Because before, when I was eating things like on a regular basis that was putting my body in a state of inflammation, it's like I couldn't hear any of these little blips when I would eat things because I was always, in this level of inflammation. It kind of just muddied the waters of, what my body was saying and the, responses it was having to things. So because I've been eating super clean and a diet that I know works really well for me, I was able to pick up on these just really little things that happened. And one of them was it's like a histamine response that I will often have to things that my body doesn't like. And that's like a itchy inner ear type thing. It was very, very minimal. I've had that, kind of a really annoying itchy ear where it's like, oh, I just gotta, do something, but you can't really, get to it or anything. You can't really scratch it. But like the next day after Thanksgiving, I kind of just noticed a little bit, and just enough that I noticed it, not enough to make it, disrupt my day or anything. I also had a little bit of like a hungover feeling the next morning, both on the day after Thanksgiving, and then the day after I had that burger with the 2 slices of cheese. So I'm kind of thinking that's like a response to the dairy. It's like a histamine thing. So I kind of, feel a little bit congested, a little bit of a sore throat. So I'm recording this on Tuesday. And so it's been since I had my last, hurrah on Saturday of that cheese. It's been Sunday, Monday, and today, Tuesday, I'm starting to feel really good again. It took me a couple days to get back into the swing of things and for my appetite to feel like it's corrected. I did do a lean day day before yesterday, so that was Sunday. But I found that I was more hungry, and so I ended up eating almost 1,400 calories, which is pretty high for a lean day. I just, because I don't restrict my calories on a lean day like people do with protein-sparing modified fast. I simply listen to my hunger and choose certain types of food, like leaner foods, and I naturally end up lower calorie. But on Sunday, when I was attempting to do a lean day, I just needed more. And so I had more. So I think my fat grams were up to like 50 or something like that. And my calories were at the 1,400. So it was kind of in between a lean day and a regular day for me. And then yesterday, which was Monday, I had a regular high fat day, and I feel like my appetite was pretty adjusted back to normal at that point. And then today is a lean day again, and I feel like my appetite is back to normal now. I'm not, thinking about food. I'm not feeling like I need more fat or anything like that. I feel like I'm pretty much back to like smooth sailing. One other thing that I noticed when I was getting back into the swing of things after having about a week off where I didn't do any lean days is on my first lean day back, or my half lean day on Sunday, I felt cold. Like, that feeling when it's not like you're cold because the weather outside is cold. It's like you feel cold from the inside. Like if you've ever been on any kind of starvation diet, you know what that feels like, where you're just like chilled to the bone. I wasn't that bad on Sunday, but I was, I kind of just had that little bit of a chill. And I remembered that I felt that way when I first started lean days, after I had gone dairy free for a week, and then I added in lean days. My first and probably my second lean day, I felt that chilled, cold feeling. And then after that, it went away. And my suspicion is that that's my body like getting back into fat burning mode. It's like it has to, it's like pushing you to eat more food in order to have fuel. And then it's like, okay, I guess if you're not gonna, give me that food that I'm pushing for, I'll go ahead and start burning the body fat. And then the metabolism, is happy again. It doesn't have to like go way down in order to keep you alive or anything. It's like, okay, well, we have extra fat to burn, so we'll just go ahead and burn that. So that was kind of interesting that it seemed like I had to readjust again and get into fat burning mode. And like I said today, I am doing my lean day again, and my appetite is more under control. So I think my body just kind of had to get over that little speed bump, get back into fat burning mode, and I think that's where I'm at right now, and things are going well. So now as far as weight, I did weigh myself. I weighed myself Thanksgiving morning. I was really curious to see what my weight would do when I added back a little bit of dairy, because I did lose weight pretty quick after I took dairy out of my diet. And I think that was, inflammation. And I was just curious that if I added a little bit back in, what was going to happen. So I was, prepared for the worst. Like I've been on diets before where you're, on plan and then you eat off plan for a day and your weight, goes up 3 to 5 pounds. Definitely been there before. So I was curious to see what would happen. So I weighed myself Thanksgiving morning, and I was at my lowest thus far, which was 153.4. And then I weighed myself on Friday morning, and my weight was up 1 pound. So after eating ice cream, 2 bacon wrapped dates, tasting the mashed potatoes, eating tons and tons of New York strip roast and smoked turkey and deep fried turkey and my egg white bread, stuffing, all of the delicious things I had on Thanksgiving. And I didn't hold back as far as quantity. Like I ate as much as I wanted. Of course, limiting the foods that I knew I wanted to keep low, like the bacon wrapped dates. but my weight went up 1 pound. So I thought that was extremely reasonable of my body. So then I weighed myself again this morning, and that gives me like my weekly weight. And I was 153.3. I thought for sure I was gonna be up for the week after having 3 days off plan, but it turned out that I lost 0.1 pounds for the week. Totally shocked about that. So I'm definitely still feeling like I'm on the right track with this. I'm just gonna keep on going, doing lean days as often as I feel like that's a good thing. Sometimes I will start a lean day like I told you about last week and just feel like it's not the right day for a lean day, and then I end up having like a lean breakfast and then eating regular the rest of the day, and that's totally fine. And then like today I'm having a lean day and I'm feeling great, and so I'm gonna keep on doing that. I'll probably shoot for like at least 2 lean days a week for December up until Christmas. I think that's pretty reasonable, but if I feel like doing more, I'll do more. If I feel like doing less, I'll do less. Just playing it by ear, listening to my body, and going from there. I think that's probably a long enough update and all the yammering about Thanksgiving. Let me know down in the comments how you guys did on your Thanksgiving, if you stuck to what it was that you wanted to do, if you changed your mind at the last minute. I have definitely been in the place many times in my life where I intended on doing something on a holiday and ended up doing something completely different. So if that's where you're at, I totally feel you. You can just pick up and move on. Anytime that has happened in my past, no matter how bad I felt about it at the time, I can look back on it now and know that that was a learning experience that has helped me to get to where I am. So I would encourage you guys that if that's where you're at, if you're discouraged about, you know, doing something on Thanksgiving that wasn't in your best interest, no matter what that means, don't waste that experience. Like, learn from it, use that experience to make decisions moving forward. Cedar is jumping on the gutters. All experiences that we have in life we can use, so just don't waste it. So there you have my Thanksgiving aftermath update. I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's chat down in the comments, and I will see you again in another video. Oh, Freddie, you want to say bye? You want to say bye? You've been sitting here the whole time keeping me warm. That's so nice, Freddie. And you didn't even claw my legs. Oh, that's so nice, Freddie. What a good Freddie. And Cedar and Maple are over there being crazy. Those little youngins. Those little youngins. Woohoo.